warahmatullahi wabarakatuh. My name is Winona Ibad. I'm from SKS and my exam number is 29. So on today's occasion, I would like to do a presentation from my project with the title Efforts to Increase Self-Awareness in Social Media to Build Soul and Body. So, as we know that nowadays, technology like social media is playing a huge role in our daily life, especially for communication, looking for information, or following trends. But not a lot of people knows about how the impacts of social media to our daily life. Like many students are using too much time on using social media until they are not doing their obligation to study, and then they doing it uh, without any awareness that can give a negative impact to them. So even though that social media is fun, it is important for us to aware and be wise on using social media because it can give a negative impact for us. So that's why I chose the title Efforts to Increase Social Media to Build Soul and Body. So the main question of this project is about how to increase the self-awareness in using social media because self-awareness is very important, especially that social media is playing an important role in our daily life. So without self-awareness, we cannot do it positively. And then going to the discussion in mathematics, efforts to increase self-awareness can be connected with one of the material in mathematics. It is the geometrical transformation. Geometrical transformation is the changes in size or position of an object, which can be seen in our daily life how changes is done. And then, for example, to increase self-awareness, we need to move from the bad habits to the better habits so that we can create a self-awareness. Like for example, the people that using social media used to have a bad habit like giving a bad comments or maybe doing bullying, and then they can give or move to the better habit, which is by using social media or for learning or maybe for looking for positive content. And then next, increasing social media also we need to reflecting on ourselves, which can be aligned with the concept of reflection in geometrical transformation. The reflection is like when we are looking in the mirror, like we can see our own image. So when we are using social media, we need to realize about what we are doing and what social media can give impact for ourselves. So by that, we can always make a better future in the next one. And then for the next one is rotation, that we need to see or view things from different perspectives, not only from our perspective but other perspective, same like the concepts of rotation in geometrical transformation, that is the moving of an object around a certain point. And then by looking from others' perspective, it can make us become wiser on using social media so we can maintain the health of our body and our soul. And then lastly, we must realize that small changes can give a big impact in the future. So even though that we are doing small changes right now, but later in the future, it can give a huge impact. It is like the concepts of dilation in geometrical transformation, which is the changes in size of an object. And then for the conclusion, that is social media, self-awareness in using social media is very important to maintain the balance of our soul and our body, because social media have both negative and positive impact according to how we are using it. Social media that is done by having awareness can prevent from the negative impact like anxiety, depression, or any other health problem that can be given from social media. And then by having self-awareness in using social media, we can also make a better future. Like we can have a planning on what are using or what are we are watching, so that we on using social media we can have a good side of it.
Um, I want to ask you, how do you think about our generation now to use social media? How do you think about that?
I think nowadays generation in using social media, there are lots of the teenagers that using social media, right? But not all of them are using social media wisely. Like they are often using social media for uneducational contents that are giving a negative impact for their life that can affect their mental or physical health. So I think that they must increase the self-awareness to using social media
How they increase it?
by setting the time for themselves so that they can choose where is the time for using social media or where is the time for them to not using social media or for doing other activity than using social media like doing our hobbies, reading, studying, and other.
Do you think parents has parents should mengatur manage them or not?
Yes, I think parents also have an important role to increase the self-awareness of the students because by parents they can manage their kids to watch what content they should watch or not because there is the system which there is the parent control in their handphone, so it is important.
Okay, thank you.
Okay, great presentation from you. I would like to ask you a question. Your title about effort to increase self-awareness in social media to build the soul and the body. We know that there is proverb said that mulutmu harimaumu, but right now it will be changed like jarimu adalah harimaumu. It means that we must be aware of anything around in social media. How do you influence your friends to maintain or to appear yes their self-awareness in social media to build their soul and body?
Firstly, I think we should give a influence to them, like we need to give an example for them and then we must explain which are the good for them, which are bad for them, so that they can also decide which is good for them and which is bad for them. And then to increase their self-awareness we can together maybe like working together to avoid the negative contents and then always doing seeing positive content.
Okay. And what's your opinion if there is a policy from the government that ban social media for the teenager under 13th or under 15th?
I think it can give a good impact and a negative impact because if social media is banned for children under 13-year-old, I think it is good. But the later the person under 13-year-old cannot search for like information or maybe studying from them. But if it is banned, so it can increase the level of goodness, so they can not looking for the negative content.
Okay. I think that they can still search or look for the information from the internet, only banning the social media in order that they can build their their self-awareness first, and then they can use their social media. And the next question is in connectivity between your research and the subject. In English, you choose descriptive text to be connected. What's your reason to choose this material to be connected?
Because in descriptive text, the descriptive text is a text that is telling about the detail about something, right?
Mhm.
So by knowing the detail about social media, we can know more about social media, and so we can prevent the negative things from them. So we can use it maximally and positively.
Oh, so you choose the specific things that can be connected with. Was that your research? I mean, specific thing means the detailed information. Is it true? Okay. The next is Indonesia. You choose text tanggapan to be connected. We know that in text tanggapan there is something that we can be on site, like agree or disagree with something that we would like to respond. So what's the connection?
By knowing about the goodness or the badness, we can know that we can like thinking about it more, so that we can think, is it really good for us or no? So we can decide about it first, so that we can using social media not in the wrong things.
If, and the correlation between self-awareness and agree or disagree thing.
Self-awareness with the agree on disagree thing, I think we can know about we can be aware with the disagree or from the agree things, because usually from the text tanggapan, it is explained, right? It is the agree or disagree and why is it happening, so we can realize and we can know about it.
Okay. Last but not least, how do you influence your friend? I think that's all. I'm sorry in advance. We move to the conclusion. The effort to increase self-awareness allows us to make informed choices about the content we engage with, the time we spend on the platform. This approach encourages to adopt healthier habits, allowing us to enjoy the benefits of social media while minimizing risk. So, in your opinion, how to minimize the risk or the harmful thing from social media in order that the students or the teenagers still can develop their knowledge or insight from the social media?
So to
Minimize the risk.
minimize the risk of the negative impact in social media, maybe we can use the filter program that there is in the social media, because usually there is that system, right? So we can staying away from the negative content and only looking for the positive one, and then we can maybe using the social media for positive content, and then we must always remember about the usage of social media. It is for helping us, so that we can always use it for a positive thing.
Okay, thank you. You can close your presentation.
So that's all for my presentation today. Wassalamualaikum warahmatullahi wabarakatuh.
Waalaikumsalam warahmatullahi wabarakatuh. Thank you.